I first heard it on a Thursday night just after midnight. A knock, soft but rhythmic, echoing from deep within my chest. At first, I thought it was just my heartbeat, distorted by exhaustion. But this was different. This knocking had intention, as if it were asking to be let out. I sat up in bed, hand pressed over my sternum. Silence. The room was dark and still. I lay back down, convincing myself it was just in my head. But when I closed my eyes, I felt it again. Knock, knock, knock. Over the next few days, it grew louder, not just in sound, but in presence. Like something was moving just beneath my skin, stretching against the walls of my ribcage. At work, I lost focus. My colleagues noticed, but I brushed it off with a laugh. At night, the knocking turned to pounding. It didn't hurt, not exactly, but it scared me. One night, I recorded the sound on my phone. I played it back the next morning, expecting silence. But there it was, faint yet undeniable. 3 slow knocks. I took the recording to a doctor. They ran tests, listened to my chest, even did a scan. Nothing abnormal. Stress, they said. Maybe anxiety. But anxiety doesn't knock like that. That evening, I sat alone in my apartment, staring at my reflection in the mirror. My chest moved, pulsing, not with breath, not with a heartbeat. It was something else. I whispered to it. "What are you?" And then for the first time, it answered. The voice came not from my mouth, but from within, low and shivering like wind through old wood. "I am what you locked away." The words chilled me more than the night air slipping in through the open window. I hadn't moved. I hadn't spoken aloud. And yet, it spoke. I stood there, frozen, watching my own chest as if it were something foreign. My reflection looked back with wide, uncertain eyes. For a moment, I saw something shift under the skin, just below the collarbone. A ripple, like something turning over beneath a thin sheet of ice. "I didn't lock anything away," I whispered. My voice trembled, not from cold, but from the realization that I wasn't alone, not really. The thing inside me knocked again, once, then silence. For the rest of that night, nothing happened. But I didn't sleep. I sat on the edge of my bed, staring at the walls, waiting. Morning came slowly, like the world hesitated to let the day begin. Over the next few days, the knocking returned, louder, angrier. It no longer waited for nightfall. It came during meetings, while I showered. Once, while I was riding the train, it hit so hard I doubled over, gasping. People asked if I was okay. I said I just had a stomach cramp. I was lying, but not really. It was something like pain, like pressure building behind a locked door with rusted hinges. I tried to ignore it, pretend it wasn't happening. But one night, something changed. I woke to find my hands covered in dirt. My window was open. Mud trailed from the sill to my bedroom floor. I didn't remember going outside. I didn't remember anything past brushing my teeth. Then I looked in the mirror. Something had written words across the glass, smeared in grime. "Let me finish what you wouldn't." That was when I knew this wasn't just a voice. It was a presence. And whatever it was, it remembered something I didn't. Something I had buried. I stopped going to work. I stopped answering calls. I stopped pretending. For days, I locked myself inside the apartment, pacing, watching, waiting. The knocking had turned to pounding. Violent, urgent, constant. My skin grew pale, stretched tight over bones that felt brittle. I saw shapes in my peripheral vision, flickers of movement where there was none. The voice came more often now, whispering secrets I didn't understand, accusing me, pleading with me, promising things I didn't want to know. But the truth always has a way of surfacing. I found the journal in a sealed box beneath the floorboards of my closet. My handwriting. My name. Pages filled with memories I didn't remember writing. It spoke of rituals, of guilt, of something I had summoned and then trapped inside myself. It wasn't metaphor, it was real. I had made a deal. I had broken it, and now it wanted out. That night, I stood before the mirror one last time. My reflection didn't match my movements. It stared at me while I trembled. It smiled when I cried. "I'm sorry," I said. I didn't know what else to do. The reflection raised its hand and pressed it to the glass. So did I, only mine trembled. The voice answered with the sound I had heard for weeks now. "Knock, knock, knock." This time I answered back. "Then come out." And with that, the mirror shattered. Not from impact, but from release. I don't remember what happened after. All I know is I woke up outside the city, barefoot, covered in blood and soot, staring at the sunrise. My